Hey, howdy everybody, Lightheart here, and today we're talking about TF2 Analyst Anarchy. Before we begin, please like and subscribe down below, and check out my Patreon and FilmFiction page. Thank you. Just recently, I've been watching one of the episodes of TF2 Analysis, which is one of my favorite series that's come out of the brownie community. And, honestly, Great Scott to Heavy. It was a great episode. It was really funny. I've watched it several times. I enjoyed the new super forms, but I started thinking about the other super forms that have come along so far. And thus, I've decided to come up with my top 10 list, top 10 super forms in TF2 Analyst Anarchy. I will be judging all of these off of design, power, use, how good the episode was, and personal preference. So if y'all have something that, or a form that you think was better than the others, comment down below. Tell me what your favorite is. Please take note, I will not be including any previous members who are not members currently. I also will not be including Thesby Jr. because they've already stated that, well, Thesby has already stated that he's not planning on making another one and that he made the last one out of complete boredom. So, at number 10, we have Sweetie Belle, or Bloom. I keep mixing the names up. Forgive me. But we have her blind hunter form. All honestly, it's number 10 on the list because, well, admittedly, the design's super simplistic, the glowing eye thing. However, I did take into fact that this was very early in the series. However, the reason why I don't really like it is because it doesn't really show any advantage. Anything, it's proven that it works off of a kill streak like fashion. However, it provides no real strengths whatsoever. No, it doesn't show if there's a boost in her strength, accuracy, anything. Anything, it practically blinds her. So basically, it gives her no advantage and gives her a major disadvantage. So, and some of you might be thinking, well, there's the whole talking sword thing, with the voices in her head. What about it? It's done nothing but give her bad advice, which she doesn't take. Well, usually. At the number 9 spot, we have Firebrand and the Fiery Saiyan. It's funny, since I've never watched Dragon Ball in my life, and I know what a Saiyan is because everybody says how everybody rips off of it. Admittedly, the design is simplistic. Him giving off a golden aura, and I think there was some change of color in his coat, in his hair and everything. However, it doesn't really give us any idea of any advantage it gives. It doesn't hint at any new strength. No, is he stronger? Is he more powerful? It doesn't really go off of anything on that. Reason why Firebrand's at number 9 is because literally there's nothing to go off of. It doesn't really talk about anything. No, it doesn't do anything in my perspective. At number 7, we have, number 8, we have the Peaceful Pixie form. Also, from Eliora. All honestly, she had a pretty good design. However, her super form doesn't really do much. Anything that gives off a calming aura. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but this is a fighting game. It really doesn't provide much usefulness in the field, and the guys have proven that they can still fight while under the impression of this calming aura. And the fact that they're going up against robots in the future, not very useful, in my opinion. Great design, bad execution, in my opinion. Admittedly, a pretty decent episode, but I just doesn't score high marks for me, especially when compared to the other forums. At the number 7 spot, we have KP with her Draconican Complex. I know I probably mispronounced that, forgive me. Now, her design is super simplistic. Blue, or which a lot of people have used and abused, and a crown, which is basically a tiara with her cutie mark on it. Now, now her powers are fairly interesting. I'll give her credit. Able to summon random objects, and some of you can try arguing, saying, "Well, she wiped out half the town." At this point, everybody's done that with or without a super form. But I wasn't too big a fan of the episode. No, it's had its funny moments, but honestly, she showed that she really holds no regret for what she did. She doesn't really care about the consequences, and I don't know. Basically, even though she has a decent power level, it's a bit hard to wrap your mind around. And how does somebody become a Discord princess? How does that work? Do you have to meet Tom Delancey face to face? Or Delancey? Oh, now KP's gonna kill me. But, all honestly, bit, bit confusing beginnings, and I'll admit most of them have that problem, but all around just doesn't do well when compared to the others, in my opinion. At the number 6 spot, we have Mad Munchkin with the King of Inferno. Now, I'll admit she has a pretty awesome design. She, she has, flaming lion form, which has yet to be explained, but then again, she also is able to transform into what I think she called a Dooney form. Forgive me if I saw that, but basically kind of a humanoid form. However, Mary Sue ended up indicated that this wasn't normal. However, I hate the fact that she tried pinning on Lightning Bliss, with no basis whatsoever except for the fact that she's an alicorn. So are you, Mary Sue. Honestly, I'd suspect Mary of it, but that'd be assuming that she could do something intelligent. Yeah, Mad Munchkin gave me permission to make fun of Mary Sue. I'm going to use it and abuse it. But, and honestly, the power level is pretty good. Able to smash through lots of stuff, able to breathe fire. But all honestly, I wasn't too big a fan of the episode. Oh, the fact how she was able to be eaten so easily, and all the tactics were used against her were, in my opinion, a bit stupid. I'm sorry, but using Disney quotes, no, the trying to hug her and everything, and then she gets beaten by a box. Seriously? I think she's gonna get beat when the big fight comes along if they have a big enough box. I find being beaten by the box a stupid weakness. Honestly, good design, good powers. I didn't. There were just parts of it that I didn't like when compared to some of the other forms. Up next, in the number 5 slot, is Voice of Reason's working off the DC plan. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of like this, I mean, it's an obvious ripoff of Deadshot. However, it's in stark contrast to most of the other forms on this list. Most of them have this awesome power which is given to him, but he doesn't have it. He ends up relying off of a super suit. Now, I know some of you may be arguing if it's a super form or not. If he ends up getting a real super form in the future, I'll count that, but I believe it's indicated that this is his going to be his go-to when it's time to bring out the really big guns. Honestly, it has a few useful utilities on it. Being able to tase, sleep gas, has a has quite a few useful skills. No, and it's implicated that it could do more. I'll admit the AA battery is kind of an ironic weakness, but I don't mind it too much because one's a prototype and it gives a bit of a restriction to the character in comparison to the others. In the number 4 slot, we have Lightning Bliss with a glowing amber. Now that nickname right there was a reference to the D&D sessions. Her character being Amber, who is a golden dragon. And honestly, I think it's a great design, and she has some good power behind her. The thing that has me a bit confused and upset was, the episode before was her going, "Hey, I might be getting this new power, which which puts me on, hopefully everybody else will respect me." And then the form comes along, and she's all, "I've had this for a while," which kind of threw me off. Admittedly, I kind of saw the whole dragon thing coming. I speculated even long before she showed her giant claws. However, I do love the design, and I do enjoy the design. Her, her her power levels are similar to Mad Munchkin's. Anything instead of breathing fire, she breathes rainbows, and that and Lightning Bliss is about 20 stories taller than Mad Munchkin, which I also find funny. Hey, it's a pretty good character, and she's admittedly one of my favorite bronies, and I've been waiting for her to get on par. Basically have another show of power to her allies again, and I honestly like it. Number 3, and I am surprised about how high he actually made on my list, since Silver, I usually just root for him to get beaten up, but he actually had a pretty good a pretty good super form. Widow Silver. It's hilarious. It was meant solely for a gag, I know, but it was, no, it's a Angry Bird reject, but it's hilarious. Hey, no, basically, I do find impressive how tough he is, and the fact that he's able to summon a slingshot out of nowhere provides some usefulness. But basically, his character is so funny, with his voice and him acting so tough and powerful. The killing blow, all that fun stuff. It, it, it's hilarious. It was meant to be a gag, and it worked very well. And I really enjoyed it. I was expecting him to pull out his satanic form, which honestly explains the subcount. Sorry, Satan ain't that tough. Yes, I'm gonna say that. I'm Christian, and Satan's pretty weak when compared to God. There's my one purpose. But basically, it's a fun character design, fun powers. It's meant to have fun with, and it worked. In the number 2 spot, we have Ink Rose with the Hellfire Rider. Now, and she has, in my opinion, the best designed super form out of everybody else. I'm just gonna say that right now, in my opinion. No, she has her 2 flaming swords, which tells me she can harness the power of the flames, and I enjoyed the episode. She was doing all she could to be this good person, trying to help out one of her friends, and she ends up losing her cool and blowing up at just blowing up. I I find it quite enjoyable for quite a peaceful character. It's a great design, great power levels, and a great episode. All around, pretty great. But in the end, my favorite and the number 1 slot is Keyframe with the Healing Saint. Now, I know many of you are gonna probably objecting to this, but hear me out. She had a great episode. I found it interesting how much the tone shift. From lighthearted antics to this serious, "I need to protect you, people. I'm scared of what will happen if I can't." It's a very interesting change of mind. you know, change the tone of everything that's happened. And I love how she draws this over her care of the rest of the team. And she basically ends up kind of having a cool blue glowing design. And she ends up healing everybody along with giving a destructive blast, basically damaging her enemies while healing and protecting her allies. However, most of you are going to point out, as I very well know, that this does drains her energy. It's a bit of a one-shot thing, or at least at the moment. But I kind of like that. So many people on my no on this list here have this unlimited Mary Sue like power, and sometimes it gets a bit old. But I like seeing a bit of weakness. It, having these restrictions. Lightning Bliss and Silver Quill being on equal levels of beating each other up. No, I don't like Sweetie Belle or Blooms, whatever her name is, because hers is nothing but a weakness, but I like a character having restraints, and I believe if you're going to come up with a super form, it should very well have restrictions or restraints to it. And for example, I'm going to give you guys a couple ideas I've had from my character. One of them being he's able to summon weapons to these unique weapons which he has learned from immediately playing video games, and is able to and is able to form them in his hands. One of my favorites being the Rhino from the Ratchet and Clank series. However, the drawback to that being he's mm, do, doing this off the video game mindset, that and the restrictions on his own mind restricts how much ammo he's able to use with these weapons. And if he overexerts himself, and it could possibly have ramifications on his mind. Thus, him not being able to rely on his weapons all the time, and it takes time and energy for these weapons to recharge. Another idea I came up with for my OC is when his friends are in danger, somebody attacks them, he is immediately, almost like mother a mother bear when her cubs are in danger. He gets angry and he will go after or whoever attacks them, basically channeling his power through his raw power through his body, which can be seen through his hair glowing. However, after such amount of time, the form loses that raw strength and boost to his physical abilities, and he ends up becoming drained, kind of like with the effects of adrenaline. That's just a few ideas, and I'd like to see what you all come up with for super forms for your characters if you all do those. I believe it's become a bit of a running gag, and it could become overused, but I believe well done, it can work. Kind of like with almost a lot of characters. If you write it well, it could very well work. Now, very quickly before I end, I want to give a few. Currently, there are still the few characters who have yet to get their super forms. And honestly, I got no clue what it's going to be. However, I have a few ideas and theories. So, take note, this isn't a spoiler alert. I got no clue what they do. This is just a bit of a theory, right? At the end here. For Finn the Pony, a warrior of remembrance. Basically, he has recently lost the show which he used to love and adore has recently come to an end. But, and most likely he'll be upset for that. So, so now through channeling this love he had for the show into his care and love for his fellow teammates, he's able to achieve a humanoid form, wielding that golden sword, or becoming more durable. Oh, the warrior that he's always looked up to. Probably a Finn ripoff. I've never watched Adventure Time in my life. Take note. But I think this could be very interesting for him personally. For for Jasper Pie, I'm thinking the Mad Pie Smash. Jasper Pie's grown on me because he's so crazy, and I kind of enjoy that. He shows up in other channels more as a cameo than they revere himself. He tends, he's a comic designer, and basically he's kind of he's one of the more crazier people in the fandom, and I enjoy that. So imagine that if that craziness goes over the boiling point. Maybe he could be, maybe he could become invincible. Basically, this madness can't be stopped. Or maybe he could be like Discord, just pulling out random things unexplainably. Or, mm, or there are other ideas that can be done with him. I'll admit. For Thespio, I think it could possible that he could make a mech. Now, I know what you're saying. I did not include Thesby Jr. However, what about a manned robot? Kind of like with with the voice of reason, basically gets a suit so that way he's able to match up against his superpowered allies, able to fire weapons, have this surrounding shell of armor to make up for his weakness as a spy. Could be very interesting. As for ANY, I got no clue. Oh, honestly, all I've ever seen from the guy is, in TF2 is just him being lazy, or, all honestly, he's not one of my favorites. He also does the non-alcoholic cider, which I admit was funny, but all honestly, I don't know what to do for the guy. Comment down below if you have any good ideas of what could happen to him. As for Golden Pot, he could become like a guardian angel. Basically, in stark contrast to Ink Rose's Hellfire Rider form. Through his love and dedication to Keyframe, and in his need to protect her and his care for her, he ends up once again achieving a humanoid form, taking a holy sword in one hand and a shining shield in the other, being a knight in shining armor, willing to do everything he can to protect the one he loves. And then my favorite, Dr. Wolf. I'll admit he's my favorite brony. He's the guy who got me into MLP, and currently he's getting me addicted to D&D. And I never played. Now, Dr. Wolf, I'd simply call his form the Alpha Wolf form. Honestly, he's always been the parent and the leader of this team of renegades. Well, I don't know if renegade's the right word, but this team of people. And he's always tried to comfort and protect them. However, we see more and more he is losing that level of cool he's always held up to. So maybe he'll take on the more primal alpha wolf form. Or, just a more savage-like form, just him losing his sanity. Or maybe or maybe he will take an alpha wolf form. Or, either way, it's going to be a big wolf. I think that's what's going to happen. But maybe it'll be in that when Dusty Cat comes again with the army of robots backing him up, maybe Dr. Wolf will turn into this form and lead his comrades into battle. Who knows? Oh, honestly, it's just a theory. But in the end, tell me what you think. What do you think? What do you think is your favorite forms? Your favorite super forms. What do you think will be new super forms in the future? And all honestly, there's still 2 slots open. And all honestly, all I know about who could possibly fill them, they hinted that they were going to film, but that didn't happen because of the incident. Not going to mention it, don't want to talk about it. But, had nothing to do with me. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. Now, if you've been in the Brony community long enough, if not, then just watch them all again. Warning for TK. do I do? And just imagine it's Arnold Schwarzenegger talking. Or just some other person with a funny voice. We'll make it a lot of fun. Trust me. But honestly, all we know is that one, they have to be a member of the community, most likely part of the Secret Rift or whatever it's called, and they have to be somebody they know. So odds of somebody like me getting in aren't possible. But what y'all think? Comment down below, please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.